Good morning. Japan leads world in COVID cases for 6 weeks. The World Health Organization has reported that Japan has had the highest weekly number of COVID 19 infections for 6 weeks in a row. Between December 5th and December 11th, the number of new infections in Japan was 849,371, an increase of 13% over the previous week. In the same week, Japan had 1,358 deaths from COVID 19, which was the second highest number of deaths in the world. The US had the highest number at 3,122. The Japan Medical Association announced in November that Japan has entered an eighth wave of COVID 19 infections, and health experts have warned that this could be the biggest one yet. Despite this situation, the Japanese government seems to be moving towards relaxing infection control measures, particularly regarding the wearing of masks. In late November, Koichi Hagiuda, a politician in the ruling Liberal Democratic Party, spoke against restricting people's behavior and said that when he goes to international conferences, it's only the Japanese people who still wear masks. That's so true. The government released relaxed guidelines for mask wearing in May 2022. According to the new guidelines, people don't need to wear masks outdoors if they are not talking or if they can keep 2 meters away from other people. However, there have been complaints that the new guidelines are unclear. A survey released in mid-October by the IT company Laibo found that almost 60% of participants either didn't know what the guidelines were or didn't even know that there were guidelines at all. Katsunobu Kato, the Minister of Health, Labor and Welfare, admitted in October that the government's explanation of the new guidelines had been insufficient. However, a recent article in Shukan Josei Prime suggested that the FIFA World Cup may actually have more effect on Japanese people's mask-wearing behavior than government guidelines. Of course. What would you expect? Television coverage of the World Cup in Qatar has shown soccer supporters from many nations, including Japan, cheering on their teams without masks. According to the article, these scenes may be causing a no-mask wave in Japan. Discussion. What are your thoughts on the risk of COVID-19 case in Japan? Do you find it surprising that Japan is relaxing infection control measures? How has mask wearing behavior changed where you live in recent months? Nothing. Have your country's COVID-19 guidelines been clear throughout the pandemic? What aspects of your country's response to COVID-19 do you think are insufficient? Further discussion. Have you followed COVID-19 developments in any other countries since 2020? Do you know anyone who works in healthcare? Do you have any complaints about healthcare in your country? What do you consider to be the most important medical inventions of all time? What changes do you hope to see in medicine and healthcare over your lifetime?